Hi everyone, and welcome to Paper Pumpkin Week here on Creative Chelsea. Today I'm sharing with you my 5th set of alternative cards using the February 2024 Paper Pumpkin Kit called Sweet Springtime. The projects from this kit are perfect for this time of year. It creates a total of 6 greeting cards, 3 in 2 different designs, and 3 gift boxes. If you'd like to watch me unbox the kit and create these projects, you can click on the playlist in the top right corner. Today, I'll be using the products in the kit to create sweet baby cards. Of course, if you don't need baby cards, you can always use different greetings. If you're new to my channel and want to see more of my videos, click on the subscribe button in the bottom right corner. I would love to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and help you with any of your paper crafting needs. To purchase any of the products you see me use today, you can visit my online store and the link is below in the description. Let's begin with this first card. I'm going to use the flower card base for this card, and we are going to cut it down. You're going to open it up and you want this fold line to be horizontal. And let's go ahead and cut it at the smallest size first, which is 4 inches. And then we can rotate to 5 1/4. Some of the other pieces you need from the kit. This is a pink piece that came from the top of the bunny card base. So when we made my first alternative, we cut off this piece and we're going to put some holes in it just to add a little bit of detail. You can skip this step if you want, but it's just a fun little detail to add to this plain piece. And then we're also using a strip from the checkered back side of that same piece. I think it was yesterday I shared a alternative where we cut off a strip to make that piece a little smaller. So we just saved that and we're going to be using that as another little detail. And then we're going to be stamping and cutting out baby here. And I'm going to do that on one of the flaps from the box template. And this is the small size. And then the other thing we're going to need from the kit is the bunny and chick die cut. This card comes together really quickly. I've got a card base of just thick basic white cardstock. You could use another color if you want as well. I have a piece of Daffodil Delight cardstock. It is also 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I did cut a love from some Daffodil cardstock. So this is that die cut love from the Love of Spring dies. And if you want, you could cut it out of the center of this piece because we're just going to layer right over that center and nobody's going to see it. So if you want to save cardstock, you can do that. I didn't think about it and pre-cut my piece. So we're going to go ahead and just add this to the front of our card base at a slight angle. If you use liquid glue, make sure to always smooth it out. Then we're going to add the flower pattern. We're going to place that score line at the bottom half of the card base. Also add that at an angle. So you want to be able to see a little bit of that Daffodil Delight cardstock sticking out. Okay. And then we're going to work on the details for this card. So on this is kind of a petal pink color. If you don't have this piece, you can just use a regular petal pink piece of cardstock. I'm going to take a ruler going across it. It's the horizontal way. So you're going to need to grab a pencil and about center on that piece. Doesn't need to be perfect. You're just going to make a mark every 1/4 of an inch. So something like this. Then you're going to take a hole punch. And there's all different sizes of hole punches. This one is kind of an 1/8 of an inch, or maybe even smaller. It's pretty tiny. I could use a bigger one as well if I wanted. And I'm just going to go over each one of those dots and punch a little circle over them. It doesn't need to be perfect if it's a little bit high or a little bit low, or if the mark is not quite in the center, that's okay. It's just a fun little detail to do. Now, if you want, you could take some string, you could sew through these holes, you could add more holes, just kind of a fun little thing to add. So we're going to go ahead and add this to our card base, just straight across, like that. If you want to use your grid paper or a ruler to make sure it's going across your card base, you can. And then you're going to add your strip. This is about 1/4 of an inch. And you can do that straight or you can do it at an angle. I'm going to go with a slight angle here. Then take a pair of paper snips and just trim off any excess. And smooth everything out. Just a really fun layout that you can use with lots of different scraps that you have. So if you have more scraps and you want to add them, you can. So next we're going to take a circle of vellum. This is 2 3/8 inches. And we're going to add the bunny over the vellum. Just place a little glue at the base of the bunny. And it's going to cover the top half. Leave the bottom half for the greeting. Then you'll take your early espresso ink and the Welcome Baby stamp. Go ahead and ink that up and then stamp that onto your paper. And then you're just going to fussy cut out baby. And I'm just going to do it in a rectangle shape. If you want to kind of cut around it, you're welcome to do that. But this is nice and easy. It's a little crooked, but that's okay. And I'm going to add this near the bottom of the bunny and chick, just like that. And then we're going to take the love, and with the scrap piece here, go ahead and add some liquid glue, and then you can just kind of tap the word into the liquid glue. And it doesn't need to be completely covered, just get a little glue in some of those spots. And then I'm going to put this at an angle, and I want the white paper to be near the L. So on this first one, I put it over the L just slightly, and on this one, I just put it right up to that side, the left side of the baby. Okay, so it's going to look something like this. And then I'm going to add dimensionals to the back. And I've used up a lot of the dimensionals that came in the kit, so I'm just using the edge piece here. And you want to add that behind the other elements so that you don't see it on the front of the card. And then you can place that at, you can do it at an angle or you can do it nice and straight. So whatever you want. I placed it on the left side. Then the last thing we're going to add to this card are some of our white enamel dots. And we're going to place them on the pink. So I have a big and then a small and then maybe another big down here. And that card is all done. I love the fun pattern and the colors. It's a really cute card, perfect for this time of year if you've maybe have a baby shower coming up or you know someone who will be having a baby. And it's really gender neutral, which is great. All right, so let's move on to our second baby card. This one uses the tag that comes in the kit. And there's really not much other products from the kit. So we just have the tag, that little chick tag, and then we do have another flap from that box template. And this time I've cut out a small circle that will fit around my welcome baby greeting, and it's 1.5 inches in diameter. And I cut that from that piece there. I've got crumb cake. I really liked how it was a darker color that made that pink pop, so that's why I chose that color. And then I also have cut out some leaf die cuts. This also comes from the Love of Spring dies, this leaf here, and I've cut them in Granny Apple Green. So that's everything that I've got for this card. I'm going to go ahead and emboss a card front. So this is 4 inches by 5.25 with an embossing folder. And I'm using this star pattern. This is another one of the embossing folders that come in the Basics 3D pack. It's a pack of 3 embossing folders. So let's go ahead and add this to our card base. Whenever I am embossing cardstock, I do like to adhere it with liquid glue. I think it really holds the best for all those bumps that embossed paper has. Then I'm going to open it up and smooth it out from the inside. So it's going to look something like this. Then we're going to take that chick piece and let's add dimensionals to it. And that goes a little to the left. So it looks like it's centered, but it's just slightly off to the left. And that's going to give us a little more room here on the right for the leaves. So let's go ahead and add these leaves. We can do that with just a little dot of glue on some of these bottom leaves here. This one I'll put near the top. And this one I'll add here near the bottom. Okay, so it's something like this. And then we're going to go ahead and stamp that same greeting, Welcome Baby, in the center of this white circle. If you want, you could have also stamped and then cut out with the circle punch. So either one of those processes work. And we're going to pop this up with dimensionals. And then that gets placed right in the center of those leaves. Really cute. And then I wanted to add some flowers, and we did just use that flower pattern and cut some pieces off of that card base. And so I'm going to take the smaller section and cut 3, maybe 5, however many flowers you want from this piece here. I think I'll just stick with 3 for now. We also did this technique, I think it was on yesterday's alternatives. And I really love how it looks, just to add these sweet little flowers to your card. So I'm going to go ahead and do 3 of those. All right, so after you cut those out, you can add a glue dot to the back of each one. So let's take one and put it up here near our greeting, and then we'll put the other 2 on this leaf over here underneath. Oops. Just like that. And this card is now all done. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching me create these 2 alternative cards using products from the February 2024 Paper Pumpkin Kit. If you're interested in seeing written instructions or close-up images on how I created this card, you can visit my blog, creativechelsea.com. Thanks so much for watching. Have a creative day. Bye.